What's up, y'all? It's your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's go ahead and get started with this. If you're unsure of your placements, though, I do have a link in the description box below, so go ahead and check that out. See you in a sec. What's going on, Capricorn? This is your reading. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, guys. The underlying energy for the middle of August to the middle of September is the Three of Wands. So this is talking about waiting for manifest to return, and basically kind of like, it's basically two meanings. So you're waiting on manifestation to return to you. You set out, you did all the work necessary, and you're just waiting for the return. But this also means that whatever comes back, you have to be ready to take on the necessary action to, make the manifest a bigger and brighter reality for y'all. So I'm feeling like there's some energy here that is there's some energy here that is all about manifesting. It's all about what has come back to you. What have you done to basically work on the manifest, if that makes sense? This is all about that. This is definitely a victory in that respect as well, too. Things are moving pretty fast here. I don't usually do that, so yeah. But I feel like right here with the Three of Wands, this is definitely telling me that this is all about manifesting and waiting for things to return. You manifest set out, and now you're just kind of waiting for the return to come back, for you to act based off of what you got. Okay? You guys got an interesting reading so far, though, Capricorn, because the first card that you guys got up here is the Queen of Swords. So this is somebody that is a Aries, Gemini, or Aquarius. This could be someone that you see is very honest and very kind of serious in a way. Someone that you don't take for a fool, because she will cut you up if you try to, double cross her. But she is all about honesty. She will help you do anything you want to do as long as there's honesty intact. And this is also someone that is very good at communicating and expressing how what she thinks, and basically understands her truth. She has clarity through her truth, so there's no fooling her. Okay, so this is somebody that you could be dealing with, or this is how you guys have been so far as well. This could also mean that this is someone that you're interacting with that's very, it's kind of detached. That's not very it's not in the feels. The thing here is that she's not a robot. She's not someone that's just gonna be like, well, I don't give a fuck about anything. No, she actually cares. The thing is that she has a tough exterior, because she doesn't just put her heart on the sleeve to get it just mess with, or anything like that. She's really different from the Queen of Cups, where the Queen of Cups can use her vulnerability as her advantage. The Queen of Swords sees value, not sees value, because the Queen of Cups sees her ability to let her emotions flow as value. But the Queen of Swords protects that part of herself because she's so soft. She doesn't want anything to get into it unless she allows it. She's very particular about how she opens up and who she lets in. But once you express to her and show her truth and kindness, and of course one of the things too, possibly even patience, is that she is so fluffy in the inside. But the point is, this is somebody that, again, is very kind of detached from their emotions. Someone that's very, very stickler about the truth. Someone that is very good at communicating, and someone that can be that it's very good with words. Okay, so that's what I'm sensing here, and it's crossed by the Seven of Swords. So maybe this person, because maybe this person is gone, or maybe they, hopped out of here. Now, I'm not getting any other cards here to say that she left, but there is possibly some sort of dishonesty, some sneaking away, somebody not, addressing a situation the way they should have. And this could be regards to the Queen of Swords. Someone could have done this to the Queen of Swords, or you guys could be the Queen of Swords, right? And someone did this to you. or this was done to a Aries, not Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, there could be some dishonesty at this time. This Queen of Swords could although she's very much honest, the negative traits of her is that she's good with words, so she could be dishonest. This person could be someone that is not very honest about the way she communicates, or honest about things. She's probably not conveying messages in the clear way that it's supposed to be out. So, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting more of someone being dishonest to the Queen of Swords, which is very dangerous. Be very careful. Okay. Now, in your past, you had the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment and emotional fulfillment as well. Well, actually, emotional fulfillment is the Ten of Cups. The Nine of Cups is understanding what your wish is and ready to manifest it. You had a wish, you obviously went out and fucking manifested that wish, right? So this is somebody that, so I feel like you guys set out to, to find what you wanted, and you know what you wanted. You had an idea of what you wanted in the past, and you were able to manifest exactly what you wanted. And I think that's absolutely wonderful here. In the present, you do have a crap ton of messages, possibly, because you have things moving pretty fast in your present. The Eight of Wands is here. There's nothing kind of keeping them from being fluid in the air, but they are going super fast here as well. Nothing stopping them. It's all about things going fast. So things could be moving pretty fast here. And considering that the Three of Wands here, behind that there was the Chariot, I think there's some things going on that's pretty fast here. Maybe there is an action that was taken, possibly a dishonest action taken by a Queen of Swords that that wasn't very, that was pretty much to get away from a situation, maybe. Or this could be like this again. This could be you guys. You guys are probably having to be the Queen of Swords for yourselves. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Because the Queen of Swords is very honest and very true and knows her truth. But the only way for her to be that way is to be blunt and honest with herself. So for a lot of you guys, the Queen of Swords, you guys could very well be someone that needs to be more honest with themselves. And I don't mean it to be so harsh when I say it, because I understand that there's some things that go on. Things are hard to handle, and then we come up with constructs and things to kind of protect ourselves. But one of the things is to have clear, to have clarity, to be able to act in the way you want to and have what you want. There has to be a level of honesty within yourself. There's got to be a truth within yourself that you always can go back to, and that can build a relationship within yourself that no one can take away from you. Okay. But anyway, despite all of that, I feel like there's something moving fast in the present. There's probably some messages, instant messages here back and forth. Because there's a lot of communication in regards to this here. The Queen of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Wands, they're all kind of messages in a sense for the tarot. Okay? How you guys see yourself in the future is slowing down big time, though. You guys are kind of going back to turtle speed, which is this is not bad, okay? Having that time to kind of take every step carefully and planning it thoroughly, that's just kind of a calming kind of energy that you guys have. And that's perfect for you guys, I mean, some of you guys might like the speed right now and kind of like how things are going lickety split. But I feel like with you guys, like the slow moving energy, this is kind of more ideal, so that way you guys can do the things that you need to do in a time that's not rushed. Okay, you guys are actually the best probably at rushed situations, but you guys probably would prefer a little bit more of a nice, easy pace. You don't want to move in a hasty kind of way either. This could mean you guys move from fast moving energy to kind of being like, whoa, let's take this a little step back. Okay, let's slow this shit down. You're not gonna want to just charge into a situation or deal with something that's really fast, because it doesn't give you time to think. And I think that's kind of one thing that is very true for this, is that, yeah, you guys are going to be more calculated and more meticulous about how you move in the future, which I can see as being pretty helpful Alright? The one thing here is with the Knight of Pentacles, he could be coming in with an offer of stability as well. So this could be somebody coming into the present that is presenting you with some sort of stable offer, which could be someone that's a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. Alright? Okay, alright. Now, the interesting thing here that's kind of like throwing me off, right, is the Ten of Swords in your crowning energy. So, I think there is a bit of betrayal. Definitely this time, I think there's some betrayal here. And I feel like it definitely has something to do with the Seven of Swords. Maybe this was a betrayal from a Queen of Swords. Like I said before, someone could be dishonest. This could be very well speaking of the Queen of Swords being dishonest. Or this could be just dealing with a situation or ending of a cycle in a way that leaves you feeling wounded. Now, again, how I was saying that this could be you guys, because I usually look at the queens as internal, the viewer, you guys. This could mean, it doesn't necessarily always mean that, it could mean externally, someone that is not you guys, but I feel like this is telling me that it's time to acknowledge that the worst has happened, it's done, but what did you learn from it? The sword is all about perspective and how you see this guy, especially if he's, stabbed all the way up the front flood. Yeah, he looks fucking dead, miserable, just absolutely, face down in the snow. It's cold. Oof, that shit hurts. Fucking hell, it hurts. But there is something to learn from that. All of the pain that's given to us, trust me, because I know, all the pain that we receive is to teach us something. And I know it's so morbid and stuff to think that, but to be honest, being honest and looking at it in a practical sense, it makes sense. We learn the best from pain. We don't learn from happiness. I mean, we just learn that what we're doing is great and just keep going with the same thing. But when something hurts, we do our best to do something different. And I feel like with the Ten of Swords here, yes, you went through a terrible kind of ending of a cycle, and that shit is nah. But I feel like it's saying that yes, it happened. The worst is over. But what did you learn differently from it? What can you take from this? The pain is giving you a new perspective. The pain is saying, yes, you reached the end of a cycle, but you can take something with you. You can take the thoughts. You can take the perspective with you. What did you learn? Why are you receiving this pain? Why are you in pain? And if you are in pain, what can you take from this? And I don't think the best thing to do is to be reclusive and not kind of deal with it. I feel like it's time to be the Queen of Swords in the sense of being kind of honest with yourself. And that honesty that can help you grow. Because the Ten of Swords, yeah, it's the end. And it looks like he's dying, he's dead and stuff. But this is a lesson that you can see. That's something that you survive from. Because the Ten of Swords, when you're there, the worst is over. You survived that pain. But you can take something from that experience and use it for the future. And I think that's why that's why there's the Knight of Pentacles coming up for your future, because you're going to move a little more cautiously. You're going to take steps to think more before you act. And you guys, Capricorns, you guys are very good at that. You guys are very good at moving before moving, with intention rather than impulse. Okay? So I feel like that with the Ten of Swords is asking you guys to really, take what you've learned from this ending of a cycle. What perspective did you take into it? Because Swords is all about perspective, communication, and thoughts. What can you take from that? Okay? This is a perspective definitely instilled, and it sucks. Alright? So, in your feelings, you guys have 7 Pentacles, so y'all feeling frustrated, maybe even a little bored. I feel like right here it's just like hard work and invested effort into something, and you just are not seeing the results you wanted. So yeah, you're feeling pretty fucking frustrated at this time. You put a lot of diligence and effort into your situation, your relationship, maybe even. Possibly you're trying to look for a partnership, perhaps, but I don't think that you guys are seeing the rewards come in as fast as you'd like it, despite the Eight of Wands being in your present. I don't think it's just kind of happening at your pace, at the pace that you'd like it. I feel like you're just kind of like fucking annoyed with the whole situation, which is totally understandable. When you doing stuff, you working hard, you putting your neck out there, you getting injured and shit, and you're supposed to be like, okay, I'm taking this perspective as the way it is, but seeing nothing coming out of it, nothing good. The hell yeah, you can get fucking annoyed. I would get annoyed too. But the thing here is that all about the perspective. It's all about how you see it. So with this being here, you're seeing what you don't have, rather than, focusing on what you do have and making that work for you, if that makes sense. Capricorn, you and I both know you're good at taking a little bit of dirt and making that shit fucking a massive ass garden. You can take something small and insignificant to anybody that walks by it and making something amazing. So what it's asking you guys to do, because it knows what you're capable of, it knows your power, it knows your ability, it's saying to you, it's basically asking you to look at this from a different perspective. Sure, the past or what you've been through, it fucking sucks. But what is your perspective? How are you seeing it? What can you take from this situation, from this? How can you act with the Three of Wands? How can you act based off of your manifest if you don't have a perspective to take that on? You're sending something out, you're waiting on something. I think really what you're waiting on is to act on a perspective that's basically received. You've manifested a perspective, you have it, but how are you focusing on it? What do you see? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about that. It's all about the perspective. In your outside factors, you do have the devil. So backing up what I'm saying here, the devil's all about perspective. It's perception and how you see a situation. This is also feeling stuck. So the energy that's coming in is more of like a kind of like the trapping energy, and energy that's kind of feeling like, oof, well, you're stuck just the way you are. It's just kind of, that's how it is. That's how things are. How do you guys see it? How you guys see something can affect your environment. If you feel like the environment is trapping you guys, it is, because your thoughts are making it seem as though you have no power. The problem here is that we have voices, especially, I'm definitely guilty of this. We have voices in our heads where we kind of like, we hear stuff saying, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that. There's things that are just kind of constantly happening. And we keep ending up going through the cycle of having to go through it over and over and over and over again, because we just kind of can't get it. And the thing is that voice in our head is become it's like an enlarged version of the Nine of Pentacles, where we're moving in a very slow and cautious space, and we're kind of going in a manner where we're not moving with emotion, we're moving with caution and trying to avoid problems, when in actuality we're making them for us. The thing here is with what I'm trying to say here with the devil, is that if the environment looks sticky, it really isn't. You have all the control to get out of a situation if it does not make you comfortable, if you don't like it, if you like it, you don't like how it's the situation, you can change it. You have the power of free will, y'all. Okay? You have the power of free will. You can get out of any situation. And now with the devil, it's saying too, there could be some attachments in your environment as well, or a connection. Like there's very well some sort of connection with the Queen of Swords here, I feel. Okay? I feel like this is kind of the connection I'm sensing. Maybe there's a connection with them and it just wasn't portrayed right with the Seven of Swords, or there was some sort of dishonesty or something that happening, or something that's said, honestly, maybe in that regard, and that's a situation where it left you feeling like shit. Oh God, ouch, But what can you take from that? In what sense of the communication can you take from the Ten of Swords? What of the pain can you retake? What perspective can you take from that image, from the pain that you received? What kind of perspective will you take from it? Will you be cautious, or will you take action? will you guys take action like this lady here? Okay? What will you guys be doing differently? And with the devil there, of course, like I'm about to repeat myself, it's all about perspective. You're never stuck in a pattern of anything that you want to do unless you put yourself there. And then it's easy for us to do because we have amazingly complicated minds and they're just so in depth and crazy. But the thing here with the devil is like, I like to see this. Every time I see it, I make a habit of remembering to myself that the devil is just reminding me of my ability to change my future, to change my present, to change anything that I want to change, my situation or what have you. And when the devil comes up in your environment, especially, definitely tells me that this is like a son of situation, an attachment to a situation that it just kind of doesn't seem like it's breaking. But you can do anything. The chains around the neck of theirs, the chains around their necks. Sure, it may look a little tight, but the chick right there, that's you guys. That's you guys. I'm not saying you guys are scary looking creatures either. I'm saying that leafy, that branch chain, all you gotta do is get up and walk. That shit will break. Nothing's gonna keep you down. Nothing. It all is all about how you guys perceive that. Also, the devil is the card for Capricorn as well. So this is all you. This is what it's telling me. This is all you guys. And I'm saying that you don't put yourself, I mean, everybody puts themselves in a situation for them to get hurt. I do that. I do it all the time. It's all about perspective. I mean, I don't think you guys intentionally try to go and hurt yourselves. And I don't think anything that you do is deserving of you guys experiencing any pain. But with the devil, of course, being the card for Capricorn, I feel like this is telling me that this is all about how you guys perceive your ability and your power. And when you guys, feel trapped in your own energy, it can make you feel trapped. So I feel like what this card is saying here is that you have power to harness anything and be able to change any situation. I'm sorry I went on for so long. I feel like this reading is going to go on for probably about 30 minutes. But your hopes and fears. I'm going to go through these quickly here, as quickly as I can. You guys have the King of Wands here in your hopes and fears. And I feel like this is saying to me, guys, that you guys are hoping to have more confidence and that charisma to be able to be honest with yourself, have that confidence and that strength, be creative and having that initiative energy. And I feel like that you guys can have that very thing that you guys want. It's all about the perspective, guys. It's all about the perspective. Confidence is something that you can obtain through the truth and understanding of yourself. So once you understand yourself and your truth, you guys are set. You guys are good. You guys can have that confidence. You guys can be that famous person, the popular person, or someone that feels ready to act. I feel like this is something saying that you guys are ready to move. You guys are ready to take that action. But there's a bit of fear, and not fear, but more of just like this consistent attitude, or this not consistent attitude, but consistent view of how things are, because of how things have been, that kind of keep you feeling like you're not gonna get out of it. But I'm trying to tell you guys that this is totally something that can be changed. You can change it all. It all depends on how you think. And I'm not saying to be a positive thinker, because I don't think that positive thinking is the solution. I feel like positive thinking is the worst thing you could possibly do to yourself, because it just tells you to ignore the bad emotions. But like I said before, we learn the best from pain. And when pain happens to us, we learn immediately what doesn't work for us and what does, right? So that's why positive thinking doesn't work, because something hurts, we're just going to ignore it because we're trained to think positive. So I feel like you want that energy to surge back in. You want to have passion again. I don't think you want to be like the Queen of Swords, where you're kind of detached from a situation and just kind of doing stuff just to do it. I feel like you want to have that burning passion, that drive again. And I think that you guys absolutely can have it. It's just all about perspective here. Now, in your outcome, you guys have the Five of Pentacles, and I feel kind of sad when I see this card here, because it's telling me that there's a lack of support, a lack of emotional support. This is the poverty card, and it can be the poverty card in several different senses, like I said before, emotionally, financially. But the thing here is about the advice about this card. Yes, we are going through it. You guys are going through it right now. We are going through it. We all are. But you guys are definitely going through it. This is about you guys. This is how you guys are, going, being raked through the coals. And I feel like it all has something to do with how you see the situation. Yes. And then, like how you see the situation, right? They're broke and alone. Like, they're together, but they're just struggling. But here's the thing. What do you see in this card? There's a door with a light on. And I'm not saying y'all are just not seeing things clearly. I'm saying that there's some brutal honesty that you have to have for yourself. And when you know that you can't deal with something alone and you need help, it's absolutely okay to ask for it. You never have to go through anything alone. And the help is right there. There's assistance. There's a way out. You just have to be able to allow yourself to do that. Okay? That's what I feel. Now, in your romance angels, you guys have stay positive about your love life. Okay? Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay? Alright, I think, like I was just saying, it's all about perspective. It's all about how you see things. It's all about how you take a situation and what you can take from that situation. Now, you can take the pain with you. What work is that? What can that really do for you, right? I mean, yes, it can motivate you to do better. But what lessons from the pain that was received? What can you do? What can you do? And the Three of Wands is asking you that same thing. Yes, there may be some, waiting for the stuff to return, but this is also an action card as well, because there's Wands. Wands is all about energy and things being done. Move, right? Threes are taking action. Threes are about communicating. How can you communicate what you've retained, what you've waited for to come, that came back to you? How can you respond to that through your actions? Okay? So, with staying optimistic about your love life, I feel like this is saying what part of this process can you really take with you to be able to move to a more romantic love life. Okay? And it can make you feel more optimistic. It can make you feel confident. It can make you feel like you are on top of the world. But you have to have that understanding. Of what you can learn from the process that you just finished. Okay? Now you also have Round and Round by Wisdom of the Oracle, and that straight up tells me, guys, that tells me right there that there is energy here that has been happening before. So this tells me this is a repeated process. Because with Round and Round, this talks about how if something keeps happening, if things keep going the way it is, there's a pattern that is trying to ask you to look at it in a different perspective. Okay, so Round and Round is saying straight up, like, hey, we noticed that you've been around this park a couple times. What are you looking for? What can you see to help you get out of the park and stay out of that park? To get onto the next park, to get onto that next level, to the next phase of your life. Because they want you to get there too. They just want you to I feel like spirit, source, whoever you call, whoever you feel is like, the divine for you. I feel like they're trying to show you something because they want to see them succeed. And they want you to see that you deserve to succeed. They want you to see that you want you to succeed as well. I hope that made sense. But with the Queen of Swords being completely honest with herself and possibly not being honest with herself right now, being you guys or somebody not being honest with the Queen of Swords, what can you see about yourself that can make you amazingly better than anything that's ever happened to you in the history of anything happening to you? If that makes sense. So I feel like this is asking you to see things from the perspective that can get you a way out of the cycle. This devil energy is the cycle. The devil energy is saying you're trapped in this roundabout movement. What can you do to get yourself out of it? Because it's time for you guys to rise and be the powerful Capricorns that you are. Alright guys, I hope this message helped at all. I really kind of hope it doesn't resonate, you know, because it's a pretty sad reading, especially in regards to your love lives. But it all has to do with how you guys see yourselves and love yourselves. And I think you guys can love yourself immensely through everything that you've been through. You can respect yourself through everything that you've been through. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, and I really hope that through the middle of August and middle of September I see you guys again, and hopefully that there's some progress with this, so that way you guys can really enjoy the lives that you guys have, and know the power of being a Capricorn fully, or at least close to it, you know what I'm saying? Okay guys, love you very much. With love, may love prevail. Good luck, and try to, you know, stay strong.